Alright, so as you're probably aware of by now, YouTube Rewind 2019 came out yesterday. And everybody's shitting on this one like almost just as much, and to the degree that they were hating last year's Rewind. And I'm here to tell you that it's not that bad. Or it's at least not as bad as everybody's saying it is. Like, people are trying to say that this is like worse than last year's Rewind, which that's fucking bullshit. And I'm gonna tell you why I think that this video is not as bad as last year's. Now, I'm pretty sure that we all know the obvious flaws of this year's Rewind, and I'm just gonna go through them really quickly, just because you probably all know them by now and you've probably seen them. And like, that's, first off, the video was definitely rushed. I mean, they clearly spent a lot less time putting this one together than the one last year. But I mean, they fucking spent all their money on last year's Rewind and on that fucking lawsuit against Copa. I mean, and also this video was just basically a fucking compilation of top 10s and top 5s. It was just glorified fucking Watch Mojo videos, but just slightly better. It was also pretty bland and boring because of mainly just because of that. They didn't really say anything about controversies on the site, so it wasn't like a really good recap. And also, like, one of the biggest problems about this, in my opinion, that I'm not seeing, is that there is not nearly as much meme potential for this video as there was last year. I mean, there was like 315 different memes for, or different meme formats for last year's Rewind. This year, there's only like fucking 2. Okay, and that's really like the reason, like, why this kind of sucks to everybody, or the reasons. And now I'm gonna tell you why I don't think this is as bad as last year's Rewind, and it's because I think it was actually centered around creators this time instead of pandering to people about fucking women and Asian representation in movies. Okay, like they were talking about last year and dedicated fucking tons of time to. Okay, they actually kept the focus on the website this time around, and that is why it's not as bad. And I feel like, they actually had a better idea for what YouTube Rewind was about this year because of that. Anyway, that is why this year's YouTube Rewind is not as bad as everybody's saying. And also, it's not even like this year's Rewind is like bad. It's just fucking bland. Anyway, see you in the next one.